Well, on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we're definitely going to circle back to this migrant crisis or this invasion, because yes, it is an invasion of the United States of America at this point, because people are coming in the thousands and it's unreal. This is something that is showing that the government that's currently in power cannot protect the borders of the United States of America. The enemies of America can just come across, as they clearly can see, because they're not secure whatsoever. They're allowing a lot of military age men to come across the border, not doing anything about it. This is a sanctioned thing by the Democrat Party to bring people from all over the world who even have hostilities toward America and maybe different people in America. But I want you to watch the first video. This one brother saw the buses showing up in New York City. Watch what this brother says about what happened with that situation.
This morning, I saw a migrant bus dropping off people in New York City with my own eyes and got to ask people questions, and their answers shocked me. Lately, we are having a debate in the news and in politics about the migrant crisis in America, particularly Operation Lone Star. Early this morning, I saw a charter bus by the Port Authority bus terminal in New York City. I approached the bus because I saw them lining people up against the wall. There was also a lot of police presence and military presence there. I spoke to one of the NYPD officers that were stationed there and asked them to give me some information about what was going on, and he basically told me that they have no idea how any of this works. He says that he's seen more than 30 buses drop migrants off in New York City. He also says that they have no idea when these buses are coming. What I saw were the migrants being led off the bus, lined up against a wall. Now, a bus monitor, no one knows what his official title is. He does speak Spanish. Him and a military rep who was already here in New York City went down the line counting the number of people. Then again, they went down the line counting the number of families. Then again, they went down the line and counted the number of families, including children. I asked one of the families if they knew where they were going, and they said they had absolutely no idea. They were put on the bus, and then they ended up in New York City. These migrants, when they come into New York City, are protected by the military. They're put in hotels or shelters, and they don't tell anyone where they're going. The NYPD officers don't know where they're going. The military people do not know where they're going. They arrive, someone takes them somewhere, and then they stay there, receiving support. The military officers handed out papers to these families. The papers were printed in color with a New York City logo on it and basically said, "Welcome to New York." I didn't get a chance to read it for myself, but I did notice that it was in English, which I thought was really strange because none of these people even attempted to read it. They grabbed the paper and they put it down. What happened next was the weirdest part for me. They started selecting families out of the line and then sent them over to another bus. This bus had a Massachusetts license plate. I then asked the organizer who was with them if these people were being sent to Boston, and he said yes. When I asked him, did they know that, he didn't answer me, he just left. I asked someone who was waiting on the line, do you know where you're going? And he said, no, we just go where we're told. I want to be very clear that this bus included at least 10 children, and the youngest one that I saw was probably about a year old, and there were kids there who were absolutely exhausted. And the idea that they are just going from bus to bus, from city to city, with no end in sight and no idea where they're going. They're not being given options. They're not being given any sort of direction. They're just arriving and then getting on a bus and then ending up wherever it is that we're sending them. I want to understand how this process is legal.
I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, all of this, when you hear these politicians complaining about the migrants and all of that, then you have people actually go out and find out what's going on. And now he's saying that military is involved in this. This is the plan of the Biden administration. He says nothing about the migrant crisis. He says nothing about the border. He says nothing about all these people coming to the cities. You have migrants that is going to people's homes door to door, looking for food, looking for clothes. Says nothing about that. The cities are asking for federal dollars to assist with this plan that he has. He doesn't give them anything. He leaves them on the hook. The citizens of these particular cities who say, hey, wait a minute, we pay taxes. He can care less about that. and yet he wants you to go out and vote for him in 2024. This man has proven that he's not competent, and the Democrat Party is not competent whatsoever. This is a recipe for disaster. Now, I said in the last podcast that I spoke to my contact that I have on the border, and I was told that there are so many Chinese that's coming across that border that is also unreal. It's just not the people from Venezuela like the media telling you, or El Salvador, Nicaragua. There's a lot of Chinese. I was told in particular there was a Chinese dude came to the border. He was dressed very well, backpack brand new. He was stopped, and he started talking about, oh, I'm here for asylum. Because, you know, the Border Patrol, they cannot send nobody back over. They can just apprehend them. Because people think that Border Patrol can say, you don't belong here. They'll get your behind out of here. No. If he says, I'm here for asylum, they have to let them in. People are getting court dates all the way in 2031. So they in this country roaming around free. People who actually went through the process to try to come into this country the right way, it breaks down the system completely that they have, because say, why should I have to have a visa or anything? I just come across the southern border and say I'm here for asylum. They always talking about they're about law and order, but there's no law and order on the border. These people are coming in the thousands every day. And I was told they don't want the American people to start viewing it as an invasion, but that's what it is. I was told it's literally an invasion. Over the Christmas holiday, they know that Border Patrol is short-staffed. So they really started to come during the Christmas holiday. They know when Border Patrol changed their hours, like, you know, they shift change. They know. They start trying to flood it then. I was also told that, you know, if you guys would like to see this, that we can go down there ourselves and film it and see it in action. And if y'all interested, let us know, and we'll make that trip to go down to the border and see exactly what our own 2 eyes and cameras and everything to see exactly what is going on. This is literally ridiculous. But as I said before, the Biden administration, they want us to come vote for them in 2024. How is this affecting Black Americans? All the resources they're giving them to come over here. And I still can't get past these military age men coming over here. They're coming in the droves. Now, they're doing something else with the migrants. Now, you know about the buses situation. Oh, no, it's just not the buses, ladies and gentlemen. Now they're utilizing all the commercial flights to fly the migrants all over the place now. Oh, you don't believe me? Check out this clip.
I'm at the Phoenix airport right now. I'm waiting to board my flight to New York, to JFK. And it looks like we have a whole lot of migrants who are also boarding this flight that the U.S. taxpayers are paying for. This is what the U.S. taxpayers are paying for right here. Premium seats on Delta that they have people coming here. We're paying for this, shipping them out to New York City, because guess what? Everywhere else is at capacity. So they have these sanctuary cities like New York that they're now shipping these migrants to that we're all paying for.
So now they're flying the migrants all over the country in a city that's near you. And you remember when Mayor Eric Adams said that, oh, this migrant crisis is coming to a neighborhood near you. I'm letting you know. And now it's starting to happen. But once again, this is done on purpose. This is a Biden administration policy that he's doing quietly. He's not announcing it. He's not even, listen, y'all, he won't even go to the border. How you are the president of the United States and you won't even go to the border of your own country that you're the president of? You won't go. You say, Kamala, you in charge of the border. What? Okay, Kamala, don't even go to the border. Like, what border? We don't know nothing about no border. But yeah, you want to get mad at Greg Abbott for having Operation Lone Star. And once again, he's fine with Operation Lone Star because he don't say nothing about it. He don't do nothing about it. Actually, Abbott is doing great for him because he's shipping the migrants all over the place. If y'all not realizing what's happening in this country, this is complete chaos. Is what's happening at the border of this country. And y'all not going to say nothing until you see some things in this country that say, wow, that happened, this happened. Because that's how most American people are. You don't care about anything until it comes to your front doorstep. Instead of listening ahead of time, y'all cannot give the Democrats another 4 years. We have no security on the border. And I was also told to tell y'all, Border Patrol is hiring. So if y'all need a job, Border Patrol is hiring big time. I was also told to tell y'all, ICE is hiring too. So people that's talking about the border and don't have a job, maybe they need to start applying for Border Patrol. Maybe they need to start applying for ICE. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big hiring spree if Trump get back in office. So you need a good federal job, Border Patrol is hiring and ICE is hiring right now. Because let's call it what it is. A lot of black Americans don't have jobs. And these migrants can't work the border, but you can. You American citizen. Like some of the white people that's complaining about the border, go apply for Border Patrol, go apply for ICE. Go apply for those organizations. They need you. It's a major shortage. But everybody is participating and making a bag off of this migrant situation. Because it is literally an invasion. And once again, this started with the Biden administration because I made sure to ask. I said, hey, what happened at the border? They said the moment Biden got in the office, the word went out that we could come now. And they came. Do you know NGOs is assisting these people? They giving them maps to show them the routes where they can go to get to the U.S. They're giving them pamphlets exactly what to say to Border Patrol when they get here so they could claim asylum. Congress won't do nothing about it. You would think they would say, okay, we need to get on unison about this and secure the border. But they don't care. They don't care because they want to make sure they have their steady flow of people they don't have to pay much money to. They want to have their steady flow of nannies. They want to have their steady flow of yard workers, and they don't have to pay much money to these rich people in this country. But yet these people, they always talk about a housing crisis that we got in the United States of America right now. Where are all those people going to stay? Where are they going to stay? And when you as an American citizen can't even get an apartment because they're talking about 3 times the rent, those people coming across that border don't have no 3 times the rent either. But I guarantee you, they'll have a place to stay before you do. You got homeless in Chicago, homeless in New York that are American citizens. They cannot get a place to stay. But the migrants come in here and they get to stay in the Row Hotel. They get to stay in schools. They get to stay in shelters while the American people are on the streets freezing in Chicago right now or freezing in New York right now. You understand what I'm saying? This is despicable. And if the American citizens in general just put up with this, with these Democrats, you literally won't have a country. This is literally, like I say, once again, this is an invasion. Y'all view invasions like some opposing army showing up with tanks and all of that. No, because you don't know who these people are that's coming in. These people could be military spies. This could be cells of terror organizations. It could be all of that coming right across that border saying they're seeking asylum. And nobody's worried about that. No other nation in the world is allowing all this but this country. I don't see how more people aren't outraged about this right now. 14,000 showing up, 10,000 showing up a day, not the month, a day. 275,000 showing up in a month. Like, really? By the time this man got out of office, there's going to be an additional 15, 20 million people that came in here because he wanted like that. His paymasters want it like that. But yeah, we supposed to come out and vote Democrat? Why? This is the greatest undermine ever for the American citizens. All people who are American citizens, you better get them Democrats out of office. This is all the Democrat Party right here. This is all them. Y'all need to be concerned about everything, the children, everything. You have them committing crimes. You have them, there's been reports in New York, have their gangs of them have gone around robbing people's houses. They're not allowing some old women and children to come over. No, it's all these grown men. If anything, I would tell the grown men, go back to your country and fight. We'll let the women and children in, but you grown men, hell no. Go back to your country and go fight for it. The women and children is the one we'll have more sympathy for because they can't defend themselves. What's going on with this country? You're letting all these men come over here. Every time I look up, I'm seeing videos of men, more men fighting to get over here than women. What about all the women in your homeland? Why aren't you defending them? You coming over here running across that border. And also, I had to be corrected on something. A lot of these Latin American countries have told them, hey, you can come here. Here's a work permit. Here's a passport. You can be a citizen here. You can work. They don't want to work in Latin American countries. They don't want to work. They want to come here to get free stuff because this country has let everybody know you can come over here and get free stuff, which is wrong. Now, how I look at it, if you want asylum here, you can't get nothing free. And you can't be, I need a job, so I'm coming over here. Man, American citizens need jobs. You need to go to your homeland and figure that out. Like, there's no way I can go vote for a Democrat. No way seeing all this. This outside of the reparations, outside of the not having a anti-black hate crime bill, all of the false promises the Democrats have done about the police and all of that. Man, this to me has gotten to a point it's taken way more precedent than all that other stuff that we talk about. They're flooding the zone in a rapid pace. And they're going to be doing this for the next year. I'm talking about all American citizens. You really need to pay attention to this and get your behind registered to vote and get that Biden administration out of there. Because if this man brings in 15 million people or whatever he's going to try to bring in, and you get this man another year, 4 years, come on now. And then as Black Americans, this definitely not fair. They can break the laws. They could game the system. But if you game the system in any kind of way, they coming after you for gaming the system and you going to prison. But they can game the system, get free hotels, free food, Chicago giving them $9,000 for rent. They getting papered up. But then they want to get mad at you about reparations. They don't want to pay you reparations, but they're going to pay a lot more than migrants than any other reparation that they ever wanted to talk about for you and me. Notice none of those people that's coming in, Dr. Umar, none of those people that's coming in don't say they don't want any kind of help from the United States government. Because recently there was a clip that I saw that Dr. Umar Johnson said that he don't want no reparations.
Capitalism. It's the same thing with reparations. Everybody looking for money. I don't want no money for slavery. No money. There's no dollar amount they can give me to restitute me for that.
But that's capitalism.
See, that's another issue we have. We never can get nothing as Black people. We never could be on code for one thing. Even if you don't agree with it, you just shut the hell up about it. These other groups coming here with their hand out. Gimme, 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 gimme. Everybody on code with gimme, gimme, gimme. Nobody say, hey, we don't need nothing from the government. We should be just happy we here. Maybe we can work. No, they want all the freebies they can get. But Black folk, you can't stay on code for anything. And what happens is the white supremacists use a silly comment like Umar made on Joe Budden and say, see, even Umar Johnson agrees they don't need reparations. And sometimes you're like, why am I a part of this group, man? Why we always got to have the biggest mouths and the dumbest responses? We need all the resources we can get because the government giving all the resources they can to Democrats, all they can to these migrants, But somebody like Umar gonna come up here and say we don't need reparations. He don't. It's annoying, man. It's so annoying. And I try not to be going in on Umar because I made a video about Umar in 2015, and I was right back then, and y'all was crying when I made the video in 2015. If I repost that video, if y'all want to see it, I can repost it, but I'll repost it on the African Diaspora News Channel app if y'all want me to repost it. I laid it out why I said what I said in 2015. Oh, why you made that video about Umar? And I was 100% right. 100% right. Don't be speaking on black people talking about they don't need no reparations. When our community have had millions and millions of acres of land stolen, our businesses destroyed, inventions stolen from, wealth gained off of our backs, all these other groups getting resources, and we don't need reparations? Like, for real, bro. Like, but anyway, we got to pay attention to these migrants. I can't vote for no Democrats. I can't. Because they support this open border policy that's going on right now. All of them support it. All of them. And they want to bring them all over here, and they want all of them to have citizenship over the people that's trying to do it the right way. And that's a bigger issue and problem. But we're going to continue looking into this migrant crisis or migrant invasion, because it's an invasion, but this invasion didn't start until the Biden administration got in office. Because I've been told time and time again, none of this started till he got in office. But you say vote blue no matter who.